the biggest question mark is going to be, look, I think this draft for the future helps this team move forward, starting to rebuild another core. I like what they're doing in the trenches. I like the opportunity that you have along the offensive line to kind of set that position. You have great young defensive backs. You have the nice mix of vets with Amik Robertson and DJ Reed. You have the replacement for DJ Reader. I think that you're in good shape to replace Ali McNeil in the short term. So your safety spot's pretty much locked down this year. But I look at it and I say, okay, this is a draft that's going to help the future. And my first thought was that I released on our YouTube channel. Check it out. The new On SI Lions YouTube page, which is blowing up with videos, and another aspect besides the website to check out our videos, post daily, which is great. Thank you for all the new subscribers. Check it out as we continue to grow in our digital landscape, in the new digital landscape. I look at it and I said, I like the draft for the future. I don't think it did a lot to help this team compete with the Commanders, Rams, Eagles in regards to immediate impact. Tesla is probably going to be lower on the depth chart. Ahmed Hassanian lower on the depth chart. I think you're going to get the immediate impact probably from Tyleik Williams and Tate Ratledge. But beyond that, you look at it and there's going to be some development needed further down the road. So you hope that Tesla maybe as a rookie can showcase, but are you going to get the Puka Nacua impact? That'd be great. But I see 2026, 2027, when you're looking at cap nightmare situations that you got some young guys that are affordable. But for 2025, I'm a little bit concerned that the draft didn't do enough in terms of immediate impact. But the Lions still have a lot of good players that are starters that are going to come back healthy. That would make my point mute. I get that. But I look at it like, everyone's saying the draft had some spots that had some talent, but Brad Holmes looked at it maybe a little bit differently in regards to the overall talent. And that's why they went this road. But what are your thoughts in terms of now how this draft impacts 2025?
Yeah, I think that you're spot on in one aspect, and that's that they didn't get a bunch of guys that are going to be the reason they jump over the top. But I do think they got some good complementary pieces here, and I think that's why I think your word choice of remain is a good word choice because this draft did not make them Super Bowl contenders. But I don't think they got worse. I think that at the very least, this is a team that will be in the mix. I do not think that the players they drafted will necessarily be the reason that they are in the mix. They've got a lot of star power coming back. I don't think it's going to be Tyleik Williams. We're not going to be looking back and say, oh, it's Tyleik Williams. He's the reason the Lions are in the NFC Championship game. Now, do I think he's capable of being a guy who can make a stop on 4th and 1 in a gotta-have-it situation in a game that can win you the division? Yeah. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I think Tate Ratledge can be a starter at guard right away. And so for that reason, I would say I would answer this question. Yes, I do think the Lions are remaining Super Bowl contenders as the result of this draft. Did they get instant, immediate impact guys who are going to be in contention for Rookie of the Years and All Pros? Probably not. But they do have a solid base here of guys that they can develop and grow. And that's really about what you can expect from a team that's picking 28th in the draft instead of 7th and 2nd in the draft like they were a couple of years ago. So I think they made the most of what they had. And I think these are some players that aren't going to win Rookie of the Year, but in 2 to 3 years, we can say, you know what, these guys are solid NFL players.
Yep, exactly. Hope for the future, little concern about the present, but we start the evaluation pretty quickly. In May, now you know that May 9th will be rookie minicamp. Stay tuned to Lions on SI as over the next couple of weeks we preview what these players are going to bring to the table. Christian will do great film review. We know we have contacts with those that have coached or been around these athletes. So we're going to bring you comprehensive coverage, the good, the bad, the hits, the misses, the impact of these talents on the roster. And remember, if you agree or disagree, let us know. No apologies made here for our opinions. These are based on what we see with the information that we do have. And interestingly, though, which was funny at the time, Brad Holmes said, hey, on the radio, he said, it's kind of like being at the book club and not reading the book. Well, technically, if you guys have been following this great, fine podcast with these two great hosts, there is a host that has a lot of books that he read. Now, are they football books? Are they appropriate reading material? It's for me to know and for you to guess. But I'll say this book collection, along with my records collection, very diverse. It goes from entertainment to life stories to football. So technically, there is a guy who read the books, and you're looking at him.